I'm Prashant. I'm here to represent ArGo, decentralized, secure, and permanent deployment platform. We have been building ArGo for a longer time, and we came at a stage where it's time for us to scale and grow in different aspects, and that is what I'm going to talk about entirely. And in the entire talk, you won't find anywhere the technicalities because I'm a guy who just prefer to keep technicalities in different platforms. But here I like to cover more of what exactly we have learned, what are the trade-offs which we had and all those, but not more on a technical side. So let me talk about myself. I'm a founder of ArGo, one of the founder of ArGo. Mitrash is also the second one. Uh, I have around 6 years of enterprise application development. I've been with the enterprise application development for a very longer time. I learned many things from there. I learned, and those are the things which is helping me now to shape the ArGo in a very different way. And what are the ways I always thought of. Uh, Coming to our vision. So when we started ArGo, I had a vision. We had a vision to go ahead and build something. And the vision was simplicity at the heart, which means we wanted to keep things pretty simple. Because I'm a guy who believe in onboarding more user on the application. I'm a guy who believe in if the same things are very simple, people are going to love it and they are going to use it. And that is where ArGo born, and that is how exactly we are going to carry forward ArGo in a longer run, going down the line 3 to 4 years, 5 or down the line, whatever the years we have. And we always make sure this is the vision we always follow. Uh, Before getting started with the entire presentation, I have a very little promo video which basically talks about ArGo and also how Arweave is supporting us in building the future. Let me know if you guys see it. Thank you. Yes.
Although the internet is one of humanity's greatest innovations, its full potential is capped by the control of governments, corporations, and other institutions. This contributes to a host of problems for the average user, including monthly subscription fees, deplatforming, and broken links. It's time for a decentralized web hosting solution that provides users with more privacy, better security, and lower costs across the board. Introducing ArGo. ArGo is a blockchain-based serverless app deployment platform that takes your web app to a decentralized hosting service. Following a simple deployment process, developers can securely launch web apps, store and retrieve assets, host websites, and gain HTTPS on every deployment, thanks to the Arweave protocol. The platform requires only a single one-time fee and provides 100% uptime, eliminating the annoyance of hidden fees or recurring web archival hosts. With immutable data, custom domain configuration, and a censorship-resistant platform, users benefit from complete freedom and control of their content. ArGo is creating a decentralized solution that bridges the gap between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 developers, so users can enjoy a more transparent and intuitive experience. No more 404 errors, no more censorship, no reoccurring fees. The future of web development is here. Join ArGo today.
Awesome. So I hope that video covers most of the things what ArGo does and how exactly we are planning to grow in a wider aspects. Now let's come on a point where I'll talk about what we are currently building and what are the things which are in the pipeline. So and what we are currently building is we want to become infrastructure on that, which means our entire solution is going to be built around onboarding more users, onboarding enterprise users, and onboarding people who are coming on the web application. For example, DEXs are our best use cases where they can go ahead and they can start taking the backup of their web applications. Even recent most use case was the Uniswap when their web application was down and people were like afraid how exactly they are going to access it. And the best use case was they should have taken the backup on us, and then their user might not have faced that problem. So that is what, as an ArGo, which we are currently working on and we are building around the Arweave. And now coming to the developers and the people who want to in the Arweave ecosystem, where do you want to put us in, and where do we lie in your development process? We are also open for any of the collaboration and happy to help in onboarding as well. But yes, coming to this part where exactly we lie in your product development lifecycle, it is on your development side. We are also working on the storage mechanism where you can start using our ArGo for storing your assets, web application assets, in the caching mechanism and all those. And we also support a custom domain configuration. And recently we also launched our runtime domain name resolver service that you guys can start using it. Coming to what new coming on the ArGo side, what are the things which we are currently working on and how exactly we are going to achieve those? Uh, the first thing which we are currently working on is the caching mechanism. We want to improve the cache. We want to improve the speed of the application. We did some POCs. We got successful, and most probably we're launching it soon on the caching part. Now coming to decentralized deploy node, we are working on. So currently we support a deploy node from our side. It's a private one, but now we are also working on to make it more of a public, where any of the community member can go ahead and use the deploy node for deploying on the application, and they can start earning Argo tokens. Uh, Now coming to the third one, which is very important, and I believe this is gonna attract more of a user on our ecosystem altogether, and that is called storage connectors, which means you can use ArGo storage connector to connect your any of the database. It takes the snapshot, it pulls it down and send it to the Arweave altogether for long-term archival. And that is going to be useful for the big enterprises who are going to store the data for, let's say, 10 years, 20 years down the line, right? So those are the people who will be targeting and who will be using all these storage connectors. Coming to what we have learned during our journey with Arweave. So we started our journey with Arweave Fellowship, and it was 9 months back, I believe, October, around September, and that was the time when we started taking the lessons from Sebastian. We were taking the lessons from Sam, and we learned a lot during down the line. And there were a couple of points which we noted down, and we thought like I should share with you guys as well, because you guys are also building applications around it, and you guys should know this. So the first thing I always emphasize is building product is easier than selling it, which means if you are a good dev, you know product, you know technology, you can come on the RV, you can build anything. Literally, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to. But when it comes on selling the product, that is where your success is going to be defined, and that is what you have to start focusing on the day you launch your MVP, the day you launch your POC. And that is what I believe Sebastian and everyone might have already talked and explained most of the things about like how exactly you are going to go to the market, and those are the points which you have to take care of very seriously and start taking care of if you have not started. Second thing is, most of founders have already talked about community is very important, and I also believe the same, because uh, community members has helped us initially to build even our first UI. When it was revamped, it was been designed by one of the community member. Next year solution which we support now, it is also been given by one of the community members. We always go and see the community for the feedbacks. They all there for the feedbacks. It's like community is like a family, right? It is your family, and then RVB is a bigger family than that for what you have. So make sure you involve your community in whatever things you are doing, and that is very important. Third thing which I want to focus on is be open for collaboration. What I mean with this is you should be open to go and talk to the people. You should be open to collaborate with the project. You should be open to go and talk to the founders of other projects who are already building cool stuffs into the ecosystem. And that is where you are going to learn a lot. So for me, take an example, I have been talking with Phil, I have been talking with Ted, I have been talking most of the founders in the space for a longer time. And believe me, you will the day you will start talking, that is the day when you will start learning more and more. And I have learned a lot. I have had the zero knowledge, and now I have at least a knowledge where I can go and talk about Arweave, I talk about ArGo. So make sure you are open for the collaboration. Now this is the bigger question, and this is kind of a question which I should be very cautious about answering, but I am very bullish on what we are building, and where we see ArGo and Arweave is the sky is the limit, which means going down the line, whatever the project and the ecosystem, whatever the product is going to build, the network effect which we are going to get is going to be huge. And Frankly speaking, on the Arweave side, the team is awesome. The entire team is awesome. The entire ecosystem is awesome, and that is where I have the gut to say the sky is the limit. And at ArGo, we are also believe in the same thing. We are also working towards the same goal, and that is the reason we together have a very longer goal and target to achieve. So thank you very much for listening me. And this is our Discord channel, mail ID, and just drop us message anywhere if you guys have any questions. Love to answer those. Thank you very much.